Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives.
Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson, and this is our Daily Gratitude Call. We are just in the middle of summer, but I'm just loving seeing we have a cloudy day today. It's going to be probably a little bit cooler, a little breezy outside, and I know everybody's in different parts of the country, but I just love just spring is done, and, with the buds and everything, and we're starting to see fruit on the trees, and our garden's starting to grow, and I don't know, it just is a fun time when we're seeing the results of all the work that got put into spring. And I didn't even realize as I was talking that this is kind of a great lead-in to what we're going to focus on today. I was inspired by Ruby on our call when we were doing our first rounds of gratitude. She said today's her birthday and that her dad sent her a happy birthday text, and it's the first time in many, many years that he has acknowledged her on her birthday. And it was just, I've been conscious of Ruby's path, her journey over the past few months, and I know that the changes that she's making in her life is opening up new opportunities and new things. Other people can show up differently for her because of changes that she's making in her life. And I just want to reiterate that to everyone, that as we make changes in our lives and we choose into our new beliefs as we do our permission process at the end of the call every day, that we are we're tearing down walls, we're opening ourselves, we're allowing God, the universe, other people to be present in our lives, to connect with us and to bring us just super positive things. So I am really grateful for her for sharing that. And the focus that we're going to have today, the 90-second private meditation that we're going to do, is gratitude for seeing the evidence of change. And like I said, I didn't realize as I was talking about the evidence of, moving from spring to summer and the fruit that's starting to show up, I didn't realize how closely related that was. But how perfect for us to focus on that today. So I'm going to set the timer for 90 seconds, and we're going to have a private meditation. So just write down whatever comes to you. The inspiration that you receive during this 90 seconds is specifically for you. And whether you're listening as a recording or if you're listening here live, take the time to do that. And then after that 90 seconds, then we will, those who are on the call will share what we got, and we'll create a little mastermind here. So 90 seconds, gratitude for seeing the evidence of change. Begin. All right. My thoughts were drawn back to the fruit that's growing on our trees, and we have some little green tomatoes on our tomato plants and some red berries on our blackberry bush that are not quite ripe yet. So everything is not quite ripe yet, but we're starting to see the results of the work, the pruning and the planting and the watering and everything that we've done. And also just expressing gratitude for all the work that God does, all the rain that we had this spring and the elements, the predictable elements that have happened. And that kind of drew me to vision boards. On my vision board, I have a focus on the end result. I have a picture or words that describe the end result that I'm after, but then I have to put the work in and live according to the laws that produce that result. So I might have a picture, going back to the garden, I might have a picture of myself envisioning myself eating this fresh ripe tomato off of my tomato vine, but I could sit there have that picture on my vision board, but if I never plant a tomato plant, or if I never, if maybe I plant it but I never water it or whatever, then I'm not going to ever receive that result that's on the vision board. So that was really what what came to me, was that we can, seeing the evidences of change is based on me doing the work that's going to produce the end result that I want. Who else would like to share?
I would. I'm just going to read my little thing here. It says, watching children grow, seasons change, people falling in love, attitudes changing, a softening of hearts, a growth through changes and aging, rewards and knowledge that come with that change.
Well, I'm jotting down a few of your thoughts here. What was that last thing? Rewards?
Rewards and knowledge that come with change.
Beautiful. I call that wisdom as well. As we experience change, there's wisdom that's developed. So many of those things that you mentioned, we can look at it as positive or negative. Falling in love, or maybe even falling out of love, like shifting to a new relationship. Aging process, a lot of times people look at that as a negative thing, but it's so beautiful. So thank you. Those are all really beautiful thoughts on seeing the evidence of change. Who else would like to share?
Well, I wrote, I'm grateful for the evidence of the change in my life that I can see and that others can see. Last night I was with a large group of people, and many people said, what have you done different? You look amazing. And I thought, well, first of all, I didn't think my hair looked good and this and that, but, whatever. I just showed up. But I had so many comments. Oh, your hair looks great, and you look amazing, and what have you done different? And I'm like, wow, thank you. I don't think I've done anything different. But another friend said, well, you just haven't noticed. Now you're just seeing. And I thought, that was an interesting comment. But I think that all the healing that I've done inside has relaxed me. And I think when you're relaxed and you're able to just be yourself and be without worry, maybe everybody has a tad of it, I don't know, but, you're just, I think that the evidence is there. You just see the change. And it's really wonderful to be on this side of it, and I guess it's kind of wonderful to be on the other side of it because you just show up different, and it's just really, really nice.
Well, beautiful. Again, that you could look at that as a negative thing. It is nice to be on this side of the change, where people are saying, what have you done differently? You look amazing. But in order to get to that, it's just like the red ripe tomato, right? You had to go through the process of planting and growing and watering and all of those things, doing your daily GPS, doing your daily gratitude call, all these things were what got you on that other side. So it's all beautiful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we do radiate a light from within that makes us more beautiful when we get to that point. Thank you. Time for maybe one more share.
This is Juliet.
Hey, Juliet.
I was going along with everything you said, Wileen, because I had a lot of those same thoughts as far as the laws of the labor and the reaping and the sowing, and just the faith put in action, and the laws that, when we want something, we have to visualize it and then have faith in it and apply the action to get the results. But then going further, just that the whole chain of before that even is deciding, and the beauty of the freedom of choice that we have, that God's given us this life. We have the freedom to choose what we want to put in action, freedom to say, I get to own this choice. I get to also ask for the ability to put the action into it, for the competency, to ask Heavenly Father to be partners with Him in that creation, that I'm not just doing it alone, that there's help from others, there's help from my angels, from my friends, from my tribe, from Heavenly Father, from the Spirit, in taking that action that gives me confidence to get to keep nourishing it, to get the results. And the other thought was just that change is a constant. It's not a one-time thing. It is just like the earth is going to continue changing every millisecond of every day in time. Our life is constantly in change. It's not like, we'll see change, but like to look at change a different way instead of saying, I need to make this one change. The change is the journey.
Beautiful. Thank you. Lots of really awesome thoughts. I'm just writing a couple things down here. Oh, you guys just always give me such good insight. I'm so appreciative of everything that has been shared. We're going to go ahead and shift over to our permission process. And if you're just joining us, we focus today on gratitude being the evidence of change. So let's go ahead and just take a deep breath. Everybody get grounded. And just be in a place of just gratitude for all of the steps of change, the evidence that we've seen all along the path of, even just the little tiny minute changes, as Julia was mentioning, that we are constantly changing every single day, every moment of every day, just as the earth is. We are too. And just take a moment and recognize all the little changes. Even just being on this call today, this has changed our perspective and our knowledge, our understanding, to a point that we are a different person as of just right now. Let's take another deep breath. And I love what Julia was saying about that we have the choice of what kind of evidence we want to show up in our lives. What kind of evidence of change are we seeking for? So the first thing that I'm going to have us do is just be open to visualize what that end result is that we're looking for. That red ripe tomato that is the outcome, the reward of our work. What is the one thing that you would like to see show up in your life as a physical reality? And as you envision that end result, going to invite us to really apply faith in this moment. Faith is a tangible substance. It's something you can hang on to until the physical reality manifests. So right now, in this moment, in your imagination, see and feel and touch and experience this end result as real. Give yourself that moment to be in it. Feel the true emotions that will happen when that is a physical reality. See it as a physical reality right now, and use faith, apply faith to it so that it can be tangible and real in your world right now. And just write down anything that comes to you, just as the scene unfolds to you, as this is a real, tangible thing in your life. What are some of the things that you're noticing about how your life has changed because this is real and tangible in your life right now? And as you are just experiencing this the reality of this new change in your life, the evidence that has shown up, I invite you to be open to listen for any limiting beliefs that might be showing up as well, that might be trying to pull you out of faith, out of believing that this can be real in your life, or maybe some negative thoughts about what will happen when this is real. Maybe a fear of success or for fear of failure. Whatever it is, whatever limiting beliefs are showing up for you right now, write those down. And as you look at that limiting belief, there's a cost to having that limiting belief. If you put your faith into this limiting belief versus putting your faith into this outcome, what will be the outcome? What are you creating for yourself if you put faith in this limiting belief? And as you look at that cost, at that consequence of having that limiting belief, the outcome that you're creating, just make the choice right now. Do you want to keep it, that old limiting belief, or do you want to give yourself permission to choose a new one? And if you want to give yourself permission to choose a new belief that will put you on the path of completing that outcome that you choose, then I invite you to say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and choose some new beliefs. And I always like to do 3 new beliefs to take the place of 1. So 3 new beliefs that will take the place of that old limiting belief. And one last question. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Breathe in those new beliefs. And as you're looking over those new beliefs, I invite you to go back to that original picture. Use those new beliefs to allow you to strengthen and intensify and magnify this vision that you have of the outcome that you choose. Use your new beliefs as sort of like a bridge that allows you to be able to step easily and solidly over to the physical reality of this vision that you have. And as you're stepping into the reality, because now you have this tangible evidence of these new beliefs, the truth that is the bridge to get there, it's easy to see yourself in this end result. And now, as you're standing in this end result, I invite you to look back and see what was the one most important step that you could take today, Monday, July 15th. What was the one most important step for you to take today for this to be a reality, for you to have finally arrived in this land of prosperity, whatever it is that you've envisioned? What was the one most important inspired shortcut for you to get there as quickly as possible? All right. We have just a couple minutes that we can share. I'll just share with you what my limiting belief was. It's interesting because I think the last time we got together, my limiting belief was, I'm not enough. I don't know enough. I'm not good enough. That was my beliefs from Friday. My limiting belief today was, it's still not enough. So I must have these new layers of not enough. I think anytime we step up to a new level, there's a little twinge of, I'm not quite ready. I don't know enough. I'm not enough. Yeah, so they're still there. But I am replacing those with, I am enough. God is enough. That's a super powerful one for me. I'm open and ready to receive enough. It is enough. And then I also put, it is the next step. There's, maybe baby steps, and that is the next step. And my inspired shortcut is to believe in the reality of abundance and that I'm doing my best. And that feels doable. Who else would like to share?
I would. My limiting belief is that this feeling won't last, that I'll return and continue to be a failure and I will slip into stagnation. Mm-hmm. But I know that's not true. That is just a limiting belief. Mm-hmm. I am changed. I will continue to change. And change is wonderful.
Beautiful. Love that.
And my shortcut is acknowledging that I have accepted the atonement of Jesus Christ in my life.
Beautiful. Wow, thank you. Maybe one more share?
I was just thinking that the tools, when we're searching and focusing on the evidence of change and seeing that evidence, that the right tools show up in our lives. And so one of my new beliefs is that I am finding the right tools in creation, and I am jumping for joy in the wholeness of my body. I am creating new results by focusing on the evidence of change, and I am teaching, comforting, and inspiring my children in partnership with the Holy Ghost.
Beautiful. Thank you. I hope that both of you will write your new beliefs on the Breakthrough with Gratitude page. Those are all really powerful new beliefs. Well, thank you all for being on the call today. This has been an awesome call, and obviously I needed it because of the limiting beliefs that came up for me. So I'm excited to be moving forward with these new beliefs myself, and thank you all for sharing yours. If you are struggling with any part of what we have talked about today, if in going through your visualization yourself, maybe you had a hard time holding on to a vision, maybe you don't know what you want in your life, or maybe, you had the vision but you just couldn't create that concrete bridge to be able to cross over, whatever it is. If you feel like you're lacking in any way, just know that you have support. First of all, you can go to the Breakthrough with Gratitude page and share there, and you'll have tons of support on our Facebook group. And then also you can always go to AskWileen.com, and that will take you directly to my calendar, and you'll be able to choose a 15-minute time slot to be able to have a conversation with me and just, share with me what you're struggling with. And I know that in just a short time we can open that up and help you see something from a different perspective that you hadn't noticed before that will allow you to be able to move forward confidently. So thank you all for being on the call today, and we'll look forward to tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time, right back here on our Daily Gratitude Call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening, and I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. We'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.